There are many stories when it comes to the origin of Mexico's most famous drink, the margarita, and they all have one thing in common, a beautiful woman named Margaret. And while no one is certain who the real Margaret was, I am certain that the best margarita is made by my friend Tori, who lives in Maine. Her version is frozen, and the secret is infusing the simple syrup with lime rind. And here it is, right here. Margaritas are comprised of many flavors. There is the tart and sour flavor of the freshly squeezed limes, the bitter sweet of the orange liqueurs, the complexity of the agave, that's the tequila, and the slightly salty edge provided by the salting of the glasses. Now, this is called the Skylands Margarita. You cut one lime into 6 wedges. You've already squeezed a couple of limes so that you have fresh lime juice, and you've made your infused syrup of sugar, water, and lime rind. It's 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of water to the rind, taken off with a stripper of at least 1 lime. And use one of these wedges for each of your glasses and gently rub the exterior of your glass with the fresh lime juice. And Tori always uses a very coarse sea salt on the outside of her glasses. I think she'd approve of these very pretty little depression glass ringed glasses. And she lets them dry like that. Oh, don't forget, put your wedge of lime in the glass. And if you don't like the salt, you can omit this step, of course. But salting the rims is a very traditional and I think a very important part of the margarita. And now fill your blender jar 3/4 full of ice. Add 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. A half a bottle, 1 3/4 cups of Sauza Commemorativo or Cuervo 1800 tequila. Now, the choice of your tequila is very important. 1 3/4 cups. Tori has gotten very fond of this wonderful Commemorativo. And your sugar syrup. Start off with about 3 tablespoons of your syrup. You can taste it after you've done the first blending for sweetness. Some people like them very sweet. Some people like them a little bit tartar. And you're going to use 1/4 cup of Cointreau and 1/4 cup of Grand Marnier. Mixing the two just pleases everybody. And now blend on low and then blend on high. Something about margaritas that just makes you smile. And now I'm going to taste a little bit of this mix. I'm going to add a little shot more of the syrup. And you're ready to pour your margaritas right into your salt-encrusted goblets. Fill them right up to the brim, serve them, and you'll get those glasses back empty real quickly. It's a very delectable margarita, the Skylands. And there's another drink that I love to make that's also a margarita. It's a beautiful blue version from the newest book called the Hors d'oeuvre Handbook. And this margarita gets its luminous color from Curacao, a liquor flavored with the dried, bitter peel of oranges. So to prepare the margarita, cut a lime in half and salt the rims of your glasses. Now, for this margarita, use a great big, impressive-looking glass. The bigger the glass, kind of the prettier the presentation. And I'm just rubbing the cut side of the lime on the edge of the goblet. And I'm dabbing it into kosher salt. That looks very pretty. And I'm going to be using a Cuervo 1800 tequila. It's a very tasty, rather expensive tequila, but the flavor is worth it. And we're going to shake this margarita, not blend it. And I'm going to use a cocktail shaker. I've been collecting these old silver cocktail shakers at tag sales. You'll be surprised how many of these you can find, and they're just so pretty. So now we're going to add into here a half shaker full of ice. And to the shaker, I'm going to add 4 ounces of tequila. That'll give us 2 blue margaritas this size. And we need 1 ounce of triple sec. That's an orange flavored liqueur. You can, of course, use Cointreau or Grand Marnier. And we're going to need 2 ounces of that beautiful, brilliant blue Curacao. Legend has it that that blue color originally came from the crushed carapace of blue beetles. Oh, I've never seen those blue beetles, so I don't know. And 1/4 cup, don't forget, freshly squeezed lime juice. And 1 teaspoon of superfine sugar. Shake hard for about 30 seconds. Have to shake really hard for 30 seconds. Ooh, it's cold. And now just pour this beautiful drink into your beautiful glass. Isn't that pretty? It's a wonderful summertime drink and very colorful at the beach. Have a good time. Imbibe. I've always said that what makes a really great party is, well, the guests, you, the food, and 1 great drink. Today, I want to show you how to make a mint julep, which is the quintessential drink for the lazy days of summer. And I have a great recipe. Now, don't laugh about it because it starts with 17 lemons. I made this fabulous mint julep down in South Carolina about 4 years ago for Richard Jenrette, founder of Donaldson, Lufkin and Jenrette. One day he was saying, I really would like to have a mint julep. I said, well, I have a great recipe, but we need 17 lemons. So we've squeezed 15 lemons. I have to now squeeze the last lemon. And we are going to save all the rinds. So before you start to squeeze your lemons, make sure you wash them very well in cold water, rub the skins a little bit. And I have just put 3 cups of water into this pan with 3 cups of granulated sugar and give it a stir. We want to dissolve the sugar, and we are going to add all the lemon rinds. We're going to cook this until it becomes syrup, and that takes about 15 minutes. And then you cool the mixture to room temperature. This can be the base not only for mint juleps, but it also can be the base for a really good lemonade. You'll strain it, you'll take the rinds out because ultimately the rinds might get a little bit bitter. But if you take them out after the syrup cools, you'll have a wonderfully flavored, delicious lemon syrup. And now here's the lemon juice here. And that's lemon juice made today. 4 cups of juice. And in this 4 cups of juice, we're going to add 3 cups of the simple lemon syrup that we just made here. And we have that all ready. So there you have your basic liquid for the mint juleps. It's sweet, but not too sweet. And then sugar rim the glasses. Mint julep cups, of course. Take a wedge of the last lemon and just rub the edge of the glass. Now, I did this for Mr. Jenrette. He was very happy to have his glasses sugar-coated. I even chilled these in the refrigerator before we poured the mint juleps into them. Now, into the bottom of each cup, we want to put some mint, 1 nice big sprig of mint. Now, I just got this new tool today from the man who owns the Shanty Biffy Nursery that specializes in, of all things, bonsai, right in North Stamford, Connecticut. And he had met me at a party the other day and said, oh, Martha, don't you have a masticatory? And I didn't really know what he was talking about. Came in the mail. Look at this fantastic tool. It's our tool of the week. And this actually masticates. It kind of juliennes the leaves very nicely. I have a little pile of mint leaves in my fingertips. And you just do this without crushing. It actually sort of chiffonades the leaves. Perfect for mint julep. So I'm going to use my new tool, the masticatore, and do this right before serving. You don't want the mint leaves to get black. If you cut them with a carbon steel knife, they will really blacken, and that is not attractive in a drink. You could use a muddler, which we have right here, a plastic one for silver cups, so you don't scratch the silver. This is a muddler, so you can just go like that to your mint leaves so that they emit. Really what you're trying to do is get the mint to emit its great flavor. Now fill each of these glasses with ice. Getting thirsty? I hope so. I'm thirsty. So here is that. And now you pour a cup of the simple lemon syrup over the ice. To do this, I'm going to use a half a cup measure so I don't spill. Oh, this isn't going to hold a whole cup anyway, so there. Don't mind the mess on the tray because the sugar really does kind of fall off the rim. And you can make a big tray of these. Get it ready with the ice and the lemon. Add the bourbon at the last second. And then bourbon to your heart's content. My favorite, Maker's Mark. I just love the flavor. And notice I'm not adding that much bourbon, not even a jigger. And just let it sit. Garnish with a mint leaf on top or a sprig. And you have perhaps the most beautiful and delicious mint julep you've ever tasted. And you don't have to be from the South to share this style of hospitality with your guests. Salud. You may remember my friend and banker, Jane Heller. Or is it my banker and friend, Jane Heller? Well, today her colleague Bryn Rose is visiting, and she's going to show us perhaps the most famous bar drink of all, perfect martini with blue cheese and olives. Hi, Bryn.
Hi.
I'm very glad you're here today.
I'm glad to be here.
I love martinis.
Great.
In moderation. And but I've never had Grey Goose, and I've never had olives stuffed with blue cheese. So I'm anxious to see how you make a martini.
Great.
Now, why Grey Goose?
I just find it's the smoothest vodka. It's a wheat grain base instead of a potato base, and it's actually a French vodka and not a Russian vodka.
It smells wonderful.
It is good.
Yeah. Okay, so pointers, hints, lesson number 1.
Well, the biggest thing about any martini is for it to be well chilled. So we have ice water in our glasses.
Now, you brought those cute glasses, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Now, these are oversized glasses, so I think 1 martini per person.
That's correct. That's also correct.
You're so tiny. How can you have anything more than 1 of these giant glasses? But those are so pretty. What are those?
These are World Danube crystal, so they're French as well.
Oh, great.
And these I just got in a boutique in Palm Beach.
Very cute. Okay, so you have to have the right glass, a martini glass. Okay, so the glasses are chilling.
Right, and the secret is the olives, pitted green olives, and we stuff them with.
So those are giant olives.
Giant green pitted olives, right. If they do have the pimento in them, you can pull them out with one of our picks or something else.
So blue cheese, any kind of blue cheese, Roquefort cheese, blue cheese, what do you use?
Right,
Danish
either of
blue?
those would work.
Okay. What do you like?
I like the Roquefort, actually.
Okay.
And you can neaten these olives up.
I must do that, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And
shine your olives. Make sure that the blue cheese won't fall out, right?
That's right.
Oh, very cute. And so how many of these do you make? How many olives? 1 per
3.
drink?
No,
Oh, no.
3 per.
Oh, 3 per
We'll have
drink.
big glasses.
I could just eat a dozen of just the olives. That's a very nice little hors d'oeuvre. Okay.
Okay, so we're ready to shake.
Okay, so my shaker is full of ice, and your shaker is full of ice?
Right, they shouldn't be full. They should be about halfway full.
Yeah, well, halfway.
And you don't want to fill.
Now, should I check if there's any water? I don't want any water in there, right?
No.
A little bit, okay. Okay, so now how much vodka?
If you're going to make 2, probably a good half for my glasses,
Okay,
or 3/4.
okay.
And I'll make 1.
Wow.
All right, that might be enough.
Okay,
You have a big shaker?
That's a very big shaker.
They're big. They are big glasses. They're
Yes, they
definitely
are.
oversized.
So now, cover.
Okay, and the secret
How do you like
is-
my shaker?
I love it.
See?
I love it.
Has an S on it.
I see it. The secret is most martinis, they need to be cold, and most martinis are shaken 17 or 21 times. My friend Dave taught me to shake them 30 times.
Oh,
so
good,
get
so-
ready to shake. So we shake them. 2. Just a good 30.
16, 17. 1, 2. Ah, it's cold.
It's really cold. That's
I
the
did
secret.
35 times.
Okay.
35 times.
All right, look.
Yep. Oh, an M. Well, I'll do
You
a
know
B.
it's cold because you can put,
Okay, there's a B.
put
for
your
Bryn.
initial in
Okay.
it. All right, then we're going to quickly dump out our glasses.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
And then this is a vermouth mister.
Oh, a mister.
A mister, and the vermouth is in it. And
Where'd you get that?
Restoration Hardware.
Oh, how cute.
And you spray 2 times, 2 mists per glass. And if you want a drier martini, only 1 mist
Okay.
per glass.
And if you want really dry, you just spray the air.
Yes, or don't use it at all. That's
Or
right.
spray it behind your ears.
Right.
That would be good.
All right.
Okay.
And just pour. You can pour around to sort of mix in the vermouth.
So 3 of these. Oh, so you have snack while you drink. Mine's the polka dot. Okay. So here comes Jane. Come on, Jane, and you're surprising me. You told me you were just going to have Bryn here. Well, thank you very much. Well, here is our afternoon cocktail.
Thank you.
It is.
Afternoon? What are you talking about? It's late.
What time? What
It's
time?
5 o'clock.
Oh, it's 10 to 5. Okay, well, that's all right. Then it's acceptable to be having such a large and beautiful cocktail. Thank you very much, Bryn.
Thank you.
But
Cheers.
the proof is in the tasting. I'll give you a report in 1 second. Yum. That's good vodka.
It is.
When I serve my guests a drink, I like that drink to be a very special one. Iced vodka is one of my favorites, and I like to make a very beautiful presentation of the bottle of vodka encased in a block of flower-studded ice, just like these. This one has little narcissus in it, and this one has flowering quince. This one has sweet peas. Isn't that pretty? It's real easy to do. All you need is a half-gallon container. A milk or a juice container will do. Wash it out very well and open the top like that so it's square. Choose a very good vodka. I like to use a Russian or a Polish vodka. A fifth of vodka fits perfectly into a half-gallon container like this. And you have to have a freezer too, that this combination of bottle and container can fit in upright. Take the labels off and insert flowers all around the bottle. I'm going to use a combination of cherry blossoms and some pieces of quince branch with the flowering quince. I'll put some in each corner. If you don't have flowers, you can insert citrus slices like lemons and limes, oranges. You can also use holly and its berries. You can use evergreens. All of those components will make a very beautiful iced vodka. Insert the flowers down into the corners of the box. That'll make for a more beautiful presentation when it's done. And have cold water to fill the container with. And it's very important when you're pouring the water in around the bottle that you bring the water as high as possible up the neck of the bottle. If you just go to the shoulder of the bottle, the ice, when it melts, will just slip off and cause a problem when you're serving it to your guests. Now do this at least 2 days before you want to serve the vodka. It takes that long for this big block of ice to freeze. Take it as high as you can. And once it's frozen, Leave it in the container until you're ready to serve. Then peel it off and put a little cloth underneath the bottle. You can see I have this on a little napkin. This will prevent it from sliding all over your tray. I have it on a porcelain tray here. You can do it on a silver tray. It's good to have a little edge on your tray because as the ice melts, the water won't just drip all over your table. Before you put this whole thing in the freezer, make sure that you loosen the cap of the bottle. That'll make opening the bottle a lot easier after freezing. To serve, take off the cap and hold this block of ice with a towel or a napkin. Pour the vodka, which has become thick and syrupy with its freezing, into small glasses like this. The freezing really does enhance the flavor of this almost tasteless liquor. Nozdrovia.
Now I'm going to mix you up really quickly my new northern drink, which is my old northern drink, which was my father's favorite.
Oh, great.
And it's just the old-fashioned whiskey sour. And so it doesn't take too long to make. And that's what I like about it. All you have to do is make sure, though, like you, use only the freshest ingredients. So lots of ice. And this is an Angel pitcher. I love the fleur-de-lis. It's really great. And I have 2 cups of fresh squeezed orange juice. And this is a whole cup, but I'm going to add about half a cup of lemon juice. And some superfine sugar, about like a third of a cup. You can add more sugar if you like. And Jack Daniels to taste.
Sounds great.
So that's it. I mean, that's my father's favorite drink. And that's about. Jack Daniels will love this. But I prefer the taste of Jack Daniels.
I love the way that tastes.
And now you have to have a sample. And I don't even strain it, but that is
Thank you.
my new old drink for this summer. And I'm going to mix it all summer long with all of your drinks, and I think we will have the most festive summer.
Here's to you.
Cheers.
Thank you.